So like I said, Taft, Polk, and Eisenhower all sitting in the Clotted Cream Tavern. All of you have not had a single...
So, for context, we're playing D&D while we watch him play Knights of the Old Walking Underwater.
I think
it really is
a
this
bit of an
slow.
exaggeration.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you haven't had a single job all day, and not a single likely candidate has walked through the swivel doors of the tavern. Now, however, you see a suspiciously darty-eyed, thin-mustached vagabond come through wearing a ragged set of wizard's robes and bristling through a pocket-sized spell book. He sits down and orders an ominous drink from the ominous bartender.
Okay, I sidle up to him and I say, I will also have an anonymous.
The bartender looks through his list of cocktails, selects what he believes an anonymous is, and puts down in front of you a glistening green drink that gives off iridescent bubbles.
I drink it without hesitation.
Okay, this is a good time to look up your saving throws.
Oh my god, we're inside!
Alright. Oh, whew.
Don't worry, there is more of that.
Oh good,
Just
I was
in case
worried
you thought
we
this
wouldn't get
adventure
enough.
had ended before it had even begun.
Alright, so there was a
So
delicious
this is the
drink.
part where we're actually beginning to do the investigation.
You're just getting to it, you know.
Just getting to the actual plot stuff. It's interesting because you notice that was a long walk and it was very short on actual gameplay. Like, we weren't exaggerating. There was nothing to talk about during that section. And you kind of... when I first went through it, I'm like, okay, I feel like this is going to come back, but I really don't want it to unless they add a lot more stuff to it. And, oh, yep. Guess what? It comes back, and they don't add shit to it. You know, this is probably one of the more infamous parts of the game, just because you kind of wonder how this got through playtesting. Can you imagine playtesting that part? Oh, here we go. Here's the exposition, which kind of had to happen, but...
Someone finally tells us what the fuck is going on.
Those monsters to get in. I'll stop you. I'll suck all the pressure out of the chamber. That'll stop you.
Kill them! Kill them now!
So, you can say accurately that these people just exist to exposit to you, but I would reply to that, I prefer that to finding audio logs, which is a common alternative
I can
in
open the force field.
kind of modern shit's fucked video game plot lines. And secondly, I think this moment is pretty rad, actually. They get across to you how intense this is and give you a sudden oh crap moment where you've got to weasel your way out of a situation.
No, the Cellcath are coming. No.
No! No! Ah!
Acting!
Just give them a sec.
Stop screaming!
You, Sammy, calm down. I don't think they're here to kill
Really,
us.
the only appropriate response to stop
Wait,
screaming
no,
is
I
to
am.
start screaming.
Are they?
Yes, I think they're here to help us.
I don't think they're here to kill us. I think you are gravely
They
mistaken,
just fucking
young
determinated through a force field and cut it open. But they're not here to kill us.
I'm just so
person. They probably came down here to bring us lunch.
Cellcath went
What'd you
crazy.
bring us?
I thought everyone else except
Yep,
me
bye now.
You got lunch in those little tubes that you got in your hand there? That you've got one in
Space
each hand, I
Go-Gurts.
Tore
noticed.
them apart. It was like they were frenzied.
The next thing we knew,
So you want me to put my mouth over this tube here that you're holding in your hand, and you will dispense Go-Gurt into my mouth?
my team was torn apart.
So this is a good way of establishing the bond between the Cellcath researchers and the, like, marine life here, which would probably be abstract if it wasn't for the fact that there was this direct line,
Through the base.
We thought
this direct and dramatic consequence happening.
I must have been hysterical. I don't know what I can say.
Because, like, it would have been easy for them to say we have a spiritual connection to the land, or spiritual connection to this entity, but nothing demonstrates it quite like a massacre.
What was the Republic doing here?
Oh, ask them about a star map.
No, they
Hey
might
guys,
know.
you got a star map? And he's like, well, no, and you're like, got it, thanks, and you just leave.
You just stab him with a lightsaber and leave.
You leave, and
Without
then you, like, you
breaking
throw the
stride.
lightsaber over your shoulder to kill him.
You leave, and then you're like, oh wait, and then you run back in the room, stab him with the lightsaber, and then dash back out, and you're like, what was I thinking?
Oh, some ruins
And then you leave the
underwater.
room.
We get to run over to.
And then you leave the room again, and then you come back in, and you're like, oh, right, there's two of you, sorry, and you stab the other one.
So awkward.
What are you babbling about?
Then there was this rumbling, and my head felt like it was splitting open.
This monster rose up from the rift.
It was a Firaxis
Did it feel like
shark,
this? And then he split his head
bigger than
open.
anything I'd ever seen before.
Okay, anyway, long story short, they were
Too late.
excavating stuff
All
to
the cell cats started screaming
get
too.
a new source of colto so they could supply the Republic directly, and accidentally found the Firaxin shark that is the source of all colto on the planet, and that emitted some sort of sonic thing that freaked everyone out, and made the Firaxin sharks that are not the source Firaxin sharks all super aggressive and drove all the Selkath crazy.
Maybe it was protecting the ruins by the
You end up getting the choice to
Have a lair in the
turn
Horizon
off
Rift
the
near
equipment
Kolto
from the
Vent.
pumps that are pumping colto out for the Republic source so that you can stop annoying the Firaxin source shark, or you can kill the Firaxin source shark like a fucking idiot.
I don't know. It seems impossible, but maybe whatever sort of power it used to drive the Selkath insane masked it from us somehow. Maybe it was lying dormant deeper in the rift.
I think it might live there because of the Kolto.
Maybe. That would explain more. Like why it reacted so violently when our construction efforts got closer to the vent. And also, why it's so large. It must be feeding off the Kolto. Would have to be ancient indeed for it to reach that size. With
I'm glad that
Koltos
this guy knows so
source,
much about
And all those
Firaxin
other
shark
Firaxin
biology.
sharks, those might be its offspring.
which would be
so that
why
he can
they all
speculate.
swarmed when it called out to them. Children coming to protect their mother. That would be suicide. It's out there still.
Out there.
It's okay, I'm a
waiting
video
for
game
us.
protagonist.
The Firaxin sharks have always been a serious problem. We had some blasters and projectile cannons to defend against them, but they still got some of our workers from time to time.
We were working on a soluble chemical compound that would drive them away. Something that smelled or tasted repulsive to them, but we never got it working right.
Oh, I think not. Even flawed like it is, it should be ideal for this situation.
No, it's not working right. You don't know what it'll do. The propellant we made
You know, without
was
the
supposed to drive
full context,
Firaxin
admittedly,
sharks
that
away,
line does sound
but we
really
never got very
petty.
far in its development. The one we tested instead was violently toxic to them, rupturing their outer skin in seconds and preventing them from drawing
So
oxygen
this
from
is
the water
the
by
first
clogging their
time in the
intakes.
game where I
Which is
chose
exactly
an
what we
option
need in
that
this
gave me dark
situation.
side points when I
Something
didn't mean
kill that
to.
monster shark that destroyed our station.
But we
Oops.
don't know how else the chemical reacts. We only tried it in a controlled environment.
Did you
This
have a
is
save
also-
from recently where you could reload and figure, were you just like, fuck it, I'm not going out there
We
again?
know
I
exactly
said,
what
fuck it,
it'll
I'm not
do.
going out
It'll
there
kill
again. What do
the
you
shark.
think? Destroying the ecology of an entire planet is a small price to pay for not having
You
to
don't
do
need
the
to do
underwater
anything
section
else.
of Manon
We have a
again.
canister of the toxin here right now. We were working on it before the giant
Is
Firaxis drove
canister
all the
there
Selkath
spelled
insane.
wrong?
All you need to do is insert it into the main Kolto harvester and have it vented. Get away as soon as you can. We don't know how much worse it'll affect the giant Firaxin shark.
They also make the interesting choice here. So
Well, the
in
monster
two
seems to
places,
have
they've
been
sort of
driven out by the
shaken
machinery
the
we
idea of
installed at the edge of the
Republic
rift.
equals
We've
good,
seen it out there
Republic's
on the
interests
cameras,
equal good
bashing us up
interests,
against the machines.
by
I
presenting
think
first
if we could
Republic
destroy the
murder, and
machinery
second
we
an option
installed,
where
the
screwing
shark will
over the
calm down
Republic
and retreat
is
back
the
into
only
its
light
lair
side
inside the
option.
rift.
Yeah, the only thing the Sith did that was super evil on this planet was kidnap Selkath kids and then murder them, I guess.
And that
And
makes
is
sense,
that
'cause
even that
blood-
bad?
And, you know, tried to
is
stop
that
you from
really
murdering them.
wrong?
And it makes sense because,
You can
you know,
reprogram the
blindly and
harvesting machines to
slavishly
overpressure
following an
yourself
ideology
fuel.
without
The
consideration
fuel
for its
tank canisters
impact
will rupture
on
and
the,
entire machine
like,
will
local
destroy
life
itself. The
is very
hydronium
much
gas
a
we
dark
use is a
side
gas
Sith
of 1 to 3 million
ideology,
centigrade,
and it's something you
a
might not
liquid
even
at about
consider
4
until
million
you've done it.
centigrade, and a solid above that. When it's a
Right.
liquid,
Only the
it's
Sith
very
deal in
explosive.
absolutes.
If you inject enough
Yeah, and you
hydronium
might
gas
start,
into
you
the
might
tank,
start
the
like,
pressure will be so great
you might
that
start
it'll turn to liquid
justifying
form
what you
and start a
do in
chain
terms of
reaction
ends
inside the
justify the
machine.
means, and then you kind of realize,
Then
well,
lose
that's
everything we've built
that's
here.
verging into Sith
those
logic
years of work.
of
It's
if
better
I
than
just
whatever
make
your
this
chemical will do
change
to the
and do
water.
this damage, everything will probably work out better in the long run, instead of taking a more conservative, thoughtful approach.
I will try to poison the shark. I will try to destroy the harvesting machine. I'll do what I want and kill both of you as well.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
we gotta get light
Kill them
side
both.
points. It's important.
Oh, but these assholes tried to murder you. I always wanted to kill them.
Yeah, I can see why
Well,
you
why
would,
didn't
this is
you,
actually-
Seamus?
This is actually one of the few situations where murder is somewhat understandable.
I will try to destroy the harvesting machine like a good little
Destroying the
Jedi.
machinery will be better in the long run. We can't risk damaging the
I want to get rid of this
environment or the
damn
photo.
fucking
You'll have to break into the
saucer
computer on the
section on my
harvesting
head.
machine, fiddle with the fuel injectors to get the tank pressure up to the point where the hydrolium will liquidize. Once the machinery is gone, the
I mean,
sharks
yes, I
will
could
What?
just
That
remove
won't
it,
work
but
and you know
that
it.
wouldn't be right.
We have
All
to
the
vent
words
the
that just came
toxin
out of
from
her
the harvesting
mouth
machine.
meant
Once
solve
shark
the
is
puzzle.
dead, we can get back to mining the colto.
You should get
You
dark
know
side
which
points
one
for your
to do.
crimes against
just have to
fashion.
make the right choice.
That's why I can't get enough light side points. I'm forever stuck. No, wrong button. Hey, look, an environmental suit. Is there, out of curiosity, is there anything in these other two areas back here, or are they just locked?
I think they're locked.
Oh, there is.
Really,
Hey,
who
more
cares?
Cellcath to murder! Yeah!
Oh. Yay.
Oh yeah, Mumbles is in here. We can do all the Plinkett voice we want.
I wasn't even trying to do
Fuck
Lincoln.
you, Rick Berman.
Wait a minute, that's not Rick Berman. What is it with Ricks?
I think these guys get better if you, oh my goodness.
They get better after stabbing them with your lightsaber. Is that what
Well,
heals them,
no.
Josh? Really?
I mean, yes,
Do
but
they
no.
get better?
My actual favorite Plinkett line is not even a line, it's just a thing he keeps saying, which is just whenever he says, "Oh my god."
There's a lot of good stuff in there. I totally understand why Mumbles does not like him and why she finds him uncomfortable. And that keeps me from sharing him because I'm like, you should check out this analysis of. Oh wait, in the middle there's a guy joke. There's a skit where he pretends to kidnap and murder rape a couple of prostitutes. I don't want to have to give a 2-paragraph disclaimer to the person I'm sending this to, so never mind.
All right, so
Anyway, Seamus, we're returning to your ingestion of a drink. And this is a good time to explain saving throws.
here?
Instead of having meddlesome, alterable DCs and bonuses, this game just tells you what your saving throw is based on what class and level you are, and it applies to every situation, only occasionally specifying a modifier.
right.
So right now, your saving throw against paralyzation, poison, and death magic, the three are lumped together, is a 13. So you need to roll a 13 or higher to save versus death against this poison. I'm going to roll for you now. Oh, by the way, I forgot to roll your hit points. You have 1d6 hit points at first level. 1 hit point. That's what you
1d6?
have. 1 hit point.
No. So if any failure is instant death.
I don't want to say yes, but absolutely. Oh, by the way, I just rolled your saving throw. You rolled a 14. Good job. Keep it up. Seriously, keep it up. So you feel a slight... You feel a slight corrosion in your throat as various mucuses do their job and soak up the evil. But broadly speaking, you are still alive. And we're going to keep playing while Josh solves this puzzle because there's not a whole lot to discuss about it except it's pretty good, I guess.
Yep.
I like this puzzle better in Die Hard 2 when Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson did it.
Wait, that was Die Hard 3.
You're right. I forget that
2
Die
was the one
Hard
with
2
the
exists.
airplanes.
Yeah, I pretend 2 doesn't exist. I only watched it once. I decided it was shit. And so for me, the canonical order is Die Hard 1, and then Die Hard 2 with Samuel L. Jackson, and then they stopped making them. And that's the truth. And nobody can argue with me.
Anyway, the shifty fellow casts a glance at you and nods approvingly. I like your style, son. What's your name?
Forget. Taft. My name is Taft. This drink is so bad
Taft.
it made me forget my name.
Encantado, Taft. He puts out his hand to you. Now,
Okay,
it just
since
so
I have a
happens I'm looking for a
75
couple-
of language, I know what that means.
No, you don't actually. Unfortunately, that's only reading languages. Technically, it's reading and deciphering script. So, alas, you are entirely at sea here, especially with your middling intelligence score.
Alright. I ask him if he's seen a star map. No, obviously I don't.
Son, I'm not... Okay, yes. He sits himself... He looks over, sees your friends at the table, and sits down without invitation. He's also taken your seat, so you no longer have anywhere to sit, but will need to relocate to the
I
table
think I
if you
remember
want
how
to
to do
continue the
this.
conversation.
Can I walk? Am I alright?
Yeah, you'd probably risk it.
Alright, then I'll do that. Do I get any
Okay.
experience points for making it into this chair?
Ah! Cutscene!
Oh.
Oh. What's happening?
Yay, it
oh,
exploded!
wow. You splodered it.
We did the light side thing and
Did
preserved
that
the
need to be a
great
cutscene?
spirit shark.
Can we go see the spirit shark?
That seems like the kind of thing that was allocated the budget early on. Oh man, look at this long trudge.